I got colors. Look, 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 look. I got colors. Okay. Today we're going to talk about geometric patterns. Now, what are geometric patterns? Well, they're patterns like we've been doing with numbers, except they involve shapes. And these patterns have to obviously follow some rules in math. That's what they're called, patterns. And the way we make geometric patterns is that we repeat shapes. And we're going to make one. I'm going to show you an example of a geometric pattern by trying to cover up the sides of squares. So, for example, if I were to make one square or rectangle, whatever, right here, I'm going to we're going to call this layer 1. We're going to call it layer 1. He's going to say L1. And we're going to write down how many squares is on L1. Well, L1 only has one block. Okay? Now, what we're going to try to do is that we're going to make a second layer. It's difficult to open up these. Okay, we're going to make a second layer. That second layer is going to try to cover up the sides of this layer. We're going to add more cubes, and they got to cover up the sides of this cube. And we're going to see how many cubes it takes, not cubes, blocks it takes to cover up the sides. Well, we cover up all three sides with 3 different green cubes, and it took 3 cubes. So L2 has 3 cubes on it, blocks on it. Now we're going to make another layer. We're going to keep repeating the pattern. We're going to keep repeating. And we're going to try to cover up all of these sides on layer 2. Okay. Boom. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. These aren't perfect, okay? 5. So 5. So layer 2, layer 3 has 5 blocks on it. Okay. Now if we keep going and we keep repeating the pattern, let's make layer 4, right? And we're going to cover up all the sides on this one. Boom. 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 Gosh, it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult. Okay, there you go. Boom. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now layer 4 has 7. So yeah, 7. Now if you look in between these, layer 1 had 1. Layer 2 had 3. Layer 3 had 5. And layer 4 had 7. That's a 2 block gap between each. Which means that to keep going, what's likely going to happen is that we're going to have to make a new layer. We're going to have to add 2 more blocks to each new layer. To make layer 5, we're going to have to add 9 blocks. Let me show you. We're going to have to add 9 blocks. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To cover up this side. I know these cubes are very drawn horribly, but you get the idea. They're covering up the sides. So we had to draw 9 to cover up all the sides on that layer. So layer 5 had 9. So, which is a 2 block gap between layer 7, between layer 4 and 5. So if we were to keep making a guess as to how many blocks layer 6 would need, we could say, well, it's probably just going to need 2 more than 9, which is 11. So layer 6 will probably need 11, and layer 7 will need 2 more than 11 to make layer 7, which will be 13. And this is an example of a geometric pattern. Okay, we're repeating the same shapes. We're just trying to cover up the sides using the same shapes, and it keeps on incrementing by 2. That's the pattern. The amount you need keeps incrementing by dos, 2. And yeah, try this at home and stay in school. Bye. Look at all these pretty colors. Look at all of them.